What's up, guys? Welcome to the Chess Giant. This is Solomon Riddell, and today we'll be going over a game played by Woody Harrelson in 1999. Woody Harrelson is one of the best actors in the world, and one of my personal favorites. I was excited to hear he was into chess, and really excited to hear he had a recorded game against former world champion Garry Kasparov. This game came about as Harrelson was a spectator at a match being organized by Kasparov, and he challenged Kasparov to a casual game to show off some of his skills. There's a little extra background information, but I'll save that for the end. Here, Harrelson started with the white pieces, so let's just hop right in. The game started off with e4, e5, and now queen h5. This isn't the best move for white. Here the queen threatens to take e5, but when playing against Garry Kasparov, who is arguably the greatest player ever, he will not hang the pawn on e5 and plays knight c6. Here Harrelson played bishop c4, and here white threatens to take with queen takes f7 checkmate, since the bishop also attacks this f7 pawn. So here Kasparov simply defends it with queen e7. I think for black, queen e7 or g6 are the best options there. Here we see knight f3 and knight f6. Knight f6 threatens this queen, so we see queen h4, and this position is really unique because it's very rare to see a queen on h4 by move 5. We see d6, d3, h6 from Kasparov, both sides just naturally developing. Here black would like to bring the bishop to g4, so Harrelson plays h3. We see bishop e6, and now knight c3. Here Harrelson allows Kasparov to take the bishop on c4, and after d takes c4, Kasparov sees a nice square for the knight on d4 and plays knight d4. Here black threatens to take the pawn on c2, so we see knight takes d4 from Harrelson, and after e takes d4, knight e2. Now in this position c5 was played. Kasparov could have took the pawn on e4, which is just fine. Here, the best move for white would be queen takes e4 check, and after knight takes e4, snatch up the pawn on d4. And here we're at even material, and Kasparov didn't want to go for this. Kasparov wanted to keep things a little more complicated. So after knight e2, Kasparov played c5, defending this pawn on d4. And now the pawn on e4 really is threatened. So we see f3 from Harrelson, defending this pawn. And now d5 from Kasparov. Now when I first saw this game, I was wondering, what the heck is Kasparov doing? He is giving up a pawn. But after c takes d5, black has the very nice move, knight takes d5. The idea here is that white can't take the knight, because the queen on h4 hangs, and after queen takes e7 check, which is what was played, we have knight takes e7. And now we're at even material. We see bishop d2, both sides castle queenside here, and now g6, a fundamental move from Kasparov, wanting to bring the bishop to g7, where it will be a more active piece. We see knight f4, bishop g7, and in this position, black has ideas of playing c4 and c3, and if white allows black to do this, black has a much better position, as black would have a space advantage and better coordination of the pieces. So here, Harrelson plays c4, not allowing the pawn to march forward. And we see d takes c3, en passant of the pawn, bishop takes c3. Both sides trade off. We see b6, c4. Here Harrelson sees a very nice square for the knight on d5. However, by playing c4, the square on d4 is weakened for black's knight to come in. So we see knight c6, king b2, rook h8. Here Harrelson takes the rook on d8, and after rook takes d8, brings the knight into d5. This is a very active knight here. We see h5, a4, king d7, king c3, king e6. Notice how both sides here are trying to make their kings as active as possible. We see f4, taking away this e5 square, knight d4, and here rook d1, And now from Kasparov, we see knight e2 check, king c2, knight d4 check, king c3, and knight e2 check. So here in this position, as we just saw, there was a repeating of moves, and the position is pretty drawish because neither side is making much ground. So here, they agreed to a draw. The twist, though, was that Harrelson actually got some assistance from grandmaster Yasser Seirawan. It's not really known how much assistance Harrelson got. My best guess was that the first two moves, e4, followed by queen h5, were played by Harrelson. But it was interesting to see how white ended up okay even after playing queen h5. It comes to show that queen h5 is not a blunder by any means. I'm not going to recommend it, but needless to say, white's not losing the position by any means. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think it's pretty cool to see an actor like Woody Harrelson into chess. Let me know what you guys thought of this game, and let me know if there's any other celebrities you're aware of that are into chess. Thanks for watching today's video. If you'd like to watch another one, you can click or tap up here. And I've got a lot more high quality chess content on the way. So if you'd like to subscribe, you can click or tap down here. I really appreciate your support.